All right, this next speaker, it is my pleasure to introduce this young lady to the stage. And I was speaking with her earlier in the green room as she was getting her hair done and getting makeup and so forth. And I said, you know, are you nervous at all? You're going to be speaking in front of a few hundred people. And, you know, she just kind of looked up and she had people working her hair and her makeup. And she just said, nah, we're good. I got this. So I figured that was the case. But to know this young lady puts a smile on your face, and had a chance to meet her and some members of her family, and they're just amazing people, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their experience at Disney and the lasting impact of what events like tonight mean and helping make a wish come true. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with her family, Kenzie Morrison.
This has just been a magical evening so far, and it's just getting started. So thank you so much. Everything Make-A-Wish does is just incredible. Miss Morrison, I think we may need to call in hospice. With or without a transplant, your daughter probably has 4 weeks to live. Those were the words that my doctor told my mom on Mother's Day 2002, the day after I'd flown to his hospital by air ambulance. I was 5 years old. I had been diagnosed 7 weeks earlier with severe aplastic anemia, a bone marrow failure disease, which is sometimes called a blood cancer. In what would become a nearly 3-year fight for my life, I had hundreds of transfusions, dozens of biopsies, more days and nights in the hospital than I can count, an IV backpack I had to wear up to 22 hours a day, and 27 months of chemotherapy. It was during one of my first few chemo treatments that a social worker told my mom that she had successfully referred us for a Make-A-Wish trip. As a 5-year-old, I was very impatient. Okay, I'll admit that hasn't changed at all. But especially at such a young age, everything in the hospital seemed to take such a long time and require a complicated process that I didn't understand. Fortunately, referring a child to Make-A-Wish is simple, and soon I was spending those long hours in the hospital planning a magical vacation to the happiest place on earth. It was the first positive thing that had come out of my illness. I had left my whole old life to move across the country so I could be treated by a specialist for my disease. I truly didn't know if I would make it to my 6th birthday, and I was so scared. I was angry. I wanted to know why. Why did this happen to me? Even when I left the hospital, I had to wear a mask. My family wore masks with me most of the time to prevent me from catching any illness and to make me feel more normal. When I had to lose my hair, my mom even went as far as to shave her head with me so that we would know that we were in this together. People told me, "Kenzie, you look great," and told her, "Karen, it'll grow back." But despite my incredibly supportive family, there were still moments where I felt completely and totally alone. I will never forget watching my neighbor's birthday party from behind the glass of my bedroom window. I'd finally gotten out of the hospital for a few days, but I still had such a weak immune system that I couldn't risk being around other kids who might make me sicker. All I could see was what I was missing because of aplastic anemia. Not just birthday parties, but my first day of kindergarten, getting to play sports or have fun with my little sister, and learning to ride a bike. And I wasn't the only one missing out. My little sister Jillian, though perfectly healthy, also had her life turned upside down by my illness. We had her 3rd birthday party in my hospital room. Though my parents thought that they had shielded her from knowing just how bad things were, she told us later, "I remember about my 3rd birthday party that I got a pink Barbie stroller and that we thought that Kenzie was going to die." There are so many childhood memories that most kids take for granted that Jillian and I will never have. But because of Make-A-Wish, we got a once-in-a-lifetime experience that we will never forget. When I got to pick out this dress at Macy's a few weeks ago, I reconnected with my beautiful friend Chase, who's right over here tonight, who you were introduced to earlier. Will you stand up, sweet girl, for a second? Hi. Now, I trust her and my two sisters for all of my fashion advice, so she picked out this dress for me so we would match in white. And then as soon as we picked out our dresses, we talked a mile a minute about our wish trips. Hers was a Disney cruise, and mine, as you may have guessed already, was a trip to Disney World. Let me tell you, no one wants to be a part of the Cancer Club. But if you're in it, everyone also wants to be part of the Make-A-Wish Club. And you share kind of an instant connection with anybody who is. Although Chase and I and most Wish kids had to bring all of our medications with us, our Wish trips were a chance for our families to escape the normal routines of the hospital and enjoy being a family. No matter what their wish was, everyone in the Make-A-Wish Club knows that amazing feeling. My own trip was magical from the very start, when a limo picked us up at our front door. We were determined to escape the world of the hospital visits and doctor's appointments, and while we were all scared of what the future held, we wanted a few days without worry. We had another purpose too. We wanted to make happy memories together as a family that would last a lifetime, whatever the outcome. So after we scheduled the trip, my mom invited other family and friends to join us for the celebration. We couldn't believe it, but 17 family members and friends joined us on their own from as far away as Arizona. So 23 of us had a grand celebration with Mickey Mouse at Disney World. And we made sure we all had matching ears for the occasion. They're cute, aren't they? The first morning we were there, we went to a character breakfast in the castle. It truly felt like we were stepping into a fairy tale. Just before they brought out our Mickey Mouse-shaped pancakes, my little sister's face lit up and she gasped. As I turned around to see what she was looking at, she said, "Cinderella! Mommy, it's a real princess!" And there she was, a real princess who still made us feel special. Right before the trip, I'd gotten tanked up on platelets so I could ride whatever I wanted the first day. My doctor said, "Just don't tell me, I don't want to know, just, don't tell me what you're doing." But I did get to ride the Tower of Terror and everything the first day. So of course, the little daredevil in me headed straight for Space Mountain. And once we were almost to the front of the line, I said, "Mommy, I'm scared." "What? What's wrong?" She jumped in, so used to calming my fears about my prognosis, or my upcoming surgeries, or the needles I was getting stuck with every single day. "Mom, I think this ride goes upside down. I've never done that before." "Oh, okay," she replied, clearly relieved. "You got this, girl. You can do anything." I may have been scared of the roller coaster loop-de-loops and the Queen of Hearts, but I got to forget about all the fear that stayed with me constantly when I was in the hospital. The last day I had to take it easy because that tank up only worked for so long and my platelets were low, but we still had so much fun. We went on a safari in Animal Kingdom where the giraffes and rhinos were so close you can almost reach out and touch them. The neat thing about Disney World is, even without leaving the park, you can go to so many different places. An African safari, Main Street USA, outer space with Buzz Lightyear, Neverland with Peter Pan, and of course the castle with Cinderella. It really is a small world after all. Wish granters really do seem to have magical powers. They had Mickey Mouse on speed dial and planned trips that would be nearly impossible for families to make happen on their own, even if they had all the money in the world, which is unlikely for any family dealing with a catastrophic illness. Wish granters are people who bring hope and joy into a dark situation. They provided something powerful for us to look forward to. My illness cost my family more than $250,000 out of pocket, even with great insurance, because we had some extraordinary circumstances and unexpected treatment options. My parents went so far as to create a bone marrow match for me through the birth of my baby sister, born through a surrogate since my mom had had a hysterectomy. At the time of our trip, my baby sister was still 1 month from being born, and it was unclear if I would live long enough to have the transplant, let alone live through it. We all needed hope for some miracle. My aunt, who served as my mom's surrogate, was there at Disney too, representing hope and ensuring that Tegan, my sister, would be there with us at Disney in vitro and would be part of this incredible memory for our family. I'm so happy to say that Tegan was a perfect match and is now a happy and healthy 11-year-old who is in the audience over there with Jillian tonight, my other sister. I've gone from 4 weeks to live to planning the next 4 years at Stanford University. enough now that I may live to be 100, and the gift of a wish gave me memories to cherish for every single one of the years that I have in front of me. Make-A-Wish lifted all of my family's spirits, and I believed helped give me the strength and the will to get better and fight harder. I called my illness the dragon. My parents still call me a dragon slayer. I definitely thought of my illness as a battle I was desperate to win. My Make-A-Wish trip helped me remember that if you live every day to the fullest, you can never truly lose. My iPhone screensaver is a collage of Talia, Zach, Bella, Lane, and Gabriella, 5 of my friends and heroes who did not survive cancer. I carry them with me everywhere I go, and though it might be irrational, I hold their pictures up at the most beautiful and extraordinary places I see so that they can see them too. I brought them up with me tonight because although I'm the one sharing my story, I speak on behalf of all of their stories too, and countless others whose lives, no matter how short, were made brighter by a Make-A-Wish trip. For 800 kids every year in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana, a wish fulfilled is a shining light in a terrifying darkness. It is both an amazing gift to look forward to and an unforgettable memory to look back on. Not just for the times that we're still sick, but for the rest of our lives. While Make-A-Wish did not provide the medical treatment that I needed to get back my health and my hair, it gave me back something even more important, my smile and my fighting spirit. And tonight, as your gifts grant more wishes, create more smiles, and bring hope and strength to the families who need it most, I thank you all for being Dragon Slayers. Have a magical night.